Hey, this is Matt with My Ministry Minute, and I just wanted to give you part 3 of my series on bivocational ministry. And today I just wanted to talk to basically those people who are either bivocational pastors, my colleagues out there, or people who are looking to get into the ministry or to plant a church or whatever the case might be, and give you the pros and cons of bivocational ministry. Some of the pros that I have found in bivocational ministry is I have to be razor sharp focused in what I'm doing. I don't have time to mess around with things that aren't really that important. So basically what I have to do with my time is I have to ask myself, what has God called me to do? What has my church called me to do? What are the elders of my church? What are they expecting of me? Basically I have to minister the Word of God, pastoral care, oversee the lay ministries. I have to, prepare for Sunday, prepare PowerPoint, prepare all these things, announcements. I have things that are, expected of me, and I have to get those done. So I have to be focused on what God's called me to do and what the church has called me to do. And being bivocational, I'm kind of forced to really look at my time and ask myself, is this part of my call? And if it's not, I have to ask myself, why am I doing it? And perhaps I need to, reconsider some things in my life, whether or not they're worth my time to do. Not saying that other pursuits in ministry are bad, but I don't have the luxury to do all those things. So, that's one of the pros to it. Another one of the pros to being bivocational is I'm out amongst the people. Every day just about. I'm out there and I'm working with my hands, I'm meeting new people, and God has opened the door for me to share the gospel with several people outside of the context of church and ministry. And I find that fantastic. I'm not sure if I would be in the same boat if I was full-time. Perhaps I would. Perhaps I would be very intentional about being around those people who maybe have not heard the gospel. But for right now, I find the opportunity on a pretty regular basis. I've done end-of-life care with people that I've met. I've done grief counseling with people who are going through hard times. I've shared the gospel with people, and these are doors that God has opened, and He's opened them through my other vocation. So I consider that a win. That's a plus. Some of the cons of bivocational ministry are, well, sometimes we look at our second job as something that we're not called to do, and we kind of tend to resent it. And I find that in my own heart, to tell you the truth. I don't really like what I do apart from my ministerial work, but at the same time, I know, and I keep telling myself that it's something that God has called me to do. This is where He wants me in this season of my life, and what I'm doing is holy vocation. Both of them are holy vocations. So when you look at bivocational ministry, you have to look at it as this is God's will for your life right now. And since it's God's will for your life, what you have to do is you have to get on board with that. You have to get on board with His plan for you. And once you do that, you start to see that this isn't a bad thing, it's actually a blessing. Now, that's not to say that you can't still have that desire in your heart to go full-time. That's perfectly a good desire in my opinion, and hopefully someday I'll be full-time at church as well. But for right now, I'm happy following God where He has me. So anyway, just kind of my thoughts, my 2 cents on bivocational ministry. But this is Matt with My Ministry Minutes, and God bless you. I'll see you next time.